Alright, so I actually have a drink this time, so we're actually set this time. Alright, let's try this again. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. My name is PandaPowerSauce. Welcome back to another episode of Universe Sandbox 2. It's been a minute. Well, not really. It hasn't really been a minute at all. It's actually only been like a few weeks. It's still a minute. Recreate one of my most popular videos, but I can't say it's one of the most because it is the most popular. The star of the system was Proxima Centauri, and I think we called it it was something like PandaPowerSauce star. Something like that. Now, for the sake of modernization, we're going to increase this from 129 Jupiters to 415.
Holy
Modernized.
Jesus.
So the first planet here is not Kustai, but the first planet here is supposed to be, I'm just going to name it. It is YS 78b. Here's what we'll do. We'll save this real quick. We'll just call this as, making a solar system modernized. What we'll do is we'll take the planets that need to be colored, and we'll bring them to a different simulation. Let's call this Tom. I'll bring them over to a different simulation so that way, you know, jazz can occur. The rest of school was like a desert, so it's like yellow-ish, not really, but like yellow, ish. So it's a bit questionable, but we're just gonna roll with the fact that it's like questionable. Yes. So we need this to be ready for this 1.97 E plus 21. Shut up.
Shut up!
Now this particular planet had a bunch of asteroid moons. It didn't have an atmosphere. It was a gray blob. It's kind of what it was. I like this color. I kind of want to picture this as like the same system, but farther into the future. That's what we'll call that. It's the same system, but like in the future. I feel like that'd be kind of a cool kind of thing. Next planet up is probably the longest named thing ever. It is Tustia Poin A Sarah. I'm a little questionable about this planet's starting texture, but we're just gonna roll with it.
What is that?
Now we're gonna make this slightly altered compared to its counterpart in the video, because I just want to see counterparts, you know. That's how I roll. Now in the game, I think we could probably keep this. I would think. But on the game, it's more like white as here, and it's more like red down here in the video. So I'll probably make it to somehow be like that, or I could just make it red and white. It'll probably just be red and white. We have to make, let's see, you have to be blue, which is fine, so you don't have to change anything. You have to be orange. You have to, let's see, you have to be white, and you have to be white. That's solid. You... nothing really matter with you necessarily, so it's fine. And you gotta be red. Now I'm gonna go ahead and save all these objects, and I'm gonna go ahead and go color all of them into the respective colors that they need to be.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
And we are gonna go ahead and start placing everything bit by bit, little by little. So, this is home. We're gonna replace it with home of the pandas, because reasons. So, home of the pandas. Let's see, how does she look? Could be better. It could be better, but hey, it works. I'll take it. It's not like, as original, but hey, it does look cool. You have to admit. That is sick right there, man. Alright. Is here. If I remember right. I'm just gonna keep my sheet a little next to me because I have a sheet of paper for all this thing. It is gonna be Hustai. So, I'm gonna go down here. Hustai! It is the Venus. The legit moon was orbiting this planet. That was a mistake. Another mistake. Mistake. Bigger mistake. Alright, never mind. So we can't get a moon there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start replacing all these so that way we can get a base as to what we're dealing with here. Hustai! Because Hustai! If you guys, I guess I can tell you guys, if you guys want to comment just random jazz. And by random jazz, I simply mean jazz. You know, just glorious jazz. Like, let me tell you. If you guys want to get some of that glorious jazz going, you know, write down in the comments if you so wish on, you know, things. Spawn all the gloriousness that is gloriousness. So this is taking a bit of a different turn. I expected it to actually make the full system and everything, but you know, it just didn't. It's just not working. So we're just gonna go ahead and just do it like this. At least the white atmospheres actually look somewhat decent. You know? I mean, look at it. The white atmospheres actually look somewhat decent. It's a good thing I have the simulation paused right now, because if I didn't have paused, then, you know, we'd be having a problem. It would just be this massive problem. Die. Nope. Jesus, this asteroid just will not die. Thank you. Jesus, that only took like 8 years. What? Alright. Then you're fine. And then you... I have to add you. Loneliest, so... Loneliest planet. Jesus, that actually came out really good. I like that. Alright. So now, I'm going to move this paper out of the way. There we go. So now that that's all done, we can go ahead and review the objects in the system now in a modernized form. So let's start with here, home of the pandas. It is a little bit different. I feel like the orange could have been a little bit darker. It looks more like a yellow than it does. It looks more like one of those like two-tone atmospheres where it's more orange as you go up and it slowly evolves. It's like more of a yellow. So it's a bit of an interesting kind of choice, but I wish I could have been more darker because it just does not look the same. But it's just the way it got colored, I guess. We have our boy, Resta School, and then we have Unu Stib. At least Unu Stib actually looks somewhat decent compared to it. Alright. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Next planet is Hust something. The Venus clone, which we're going to call it. So, I kind of feel like this turned out a lot better than I expected. And I think just for the sake of it, we're going to add the moon back in here. Because the moon, it just doesn't feel... It doesn't feel right without the moon with it. There. Now it has a moon with it. Because if you watch the original video, the moon was with it. We have Rionat. It's a little bit more grayer than usual, which, because, age. We have Giant Panda, which should be a completely different color, but it's not a completely different color because the world's trying to screw me over, and it succeeded. What the We have Irapota here, who is frozen and eternally dead, even though it's 12 degrees and over there. Castia Peon something questionable. Jazz, whatever, is orange. It looks actually surprisingly decent. Looks like sunset. We have Divasin. Oh god, giant yawn. What the heck? We have Divasin here. It's also white. Actually looks decent. And we have Dana whatever. It's also white and actually looks decent. We have Itaspsia. That's kind of a questionable blue giant thing, yeah. And then the one, my personal favorite out of this, the loneliest planet with a surprisingly bright red atmosphere. So I like this. I like this a lot. So I guess with that, that is going to conclude this little episode. I definitely been wanting to do this for quite some time, so that's why I kind of wanted to decide, okay, I need to do this now. I need to do this before the summer ends, because otherwise it's just going to feel really weird. So yeah, that is basically a recreation of my most popular video, but a bit more modernized. And I personally think it turned out really well. Yes, some things don't look right and other things don't look right and look a bit odd, but hey, it could be worse. So anyway, get out of here. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you so wish to. You don't have to. And comment below if you guys want to see some other related suggestions or your own videos that you guys want to see. And with that, I am PandaPowerSauce, and I will hopefully see all of you in the near future. That's if, I'm actually not dying trying to build plants or something. Alright, so, later.